Hi everyone and welcome to our today's lesson. What if I told you that solving surface area problems could be as easy as counting the size of a dice? In this lesson, we'll unlock the formulas for finding the surface area of cubes and cuboids with the simple tricks you can use in exams, real life and beyond. So stay tuned. By the end of the lesson, you'll master these shapes like a pro. Let us begin with the surface area of a cube. What is surface area? Surface area is the sum of areas of all outside faces. Ever wondered how much wrapping paper you actually need for a gift like this? If you guess wrong, you either waste paper and your money for buying the excess paper, or you run out halfway through. I will show you the 10-second trick to calculate the surface area of any cube. Now, let us consider this cube in front of us. This is the cube we have. You can see the cube. Now, the question for you is, how many faces does this cube have? Let us find out. If we open this cube, we shall find the number of faces the cube has. How many? Yes, our cube. This is the net of our cube. How many faces do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this cube has 6 faces. According to the definition of surface area, we are supposed to find the area of each individual face here and add all of them. But is that really relevant? No, I don't think so. So we can find the area of one of them and multiply by 6 because they are all equal. Are we together? So this will be our cube if we try to fold it back. You see? That is the cube. Do you see why we multiply by 6? Because it has 6 equal faces. That's why I'm saying that we shall find the area of 1 and multiply by 6. Is that point all, my people? Thank you. Let us dive in. Now that we have agreed that each face of a cube is square in shape, we have to find the area of each shape or each square individually and add them together. All right, but because they are 6, there will be no need of adding them together. So how do we find the area of a square? Area of a square is given by length times length, which also happens to be area is equals length squared. All right, because L times L is L squared. Now supposing the length of our cube is 5 centimeters. If length is 5 centimeters, if length is 5 centimeters, then we shall say area is 5 centimeters times 5 centimeters. All right, 5 centimeters times 5 centimeters. Now, our area will be, what is 5 times 5? 5 times 5 is 25. What about centimeters times centimeters? Centimeters times centimeters is centimeters squared. Can you see that? Now this is the area of one of the faces, and all the faces are equal. Now what do we do? Remember, we have 6 faces, so we shall say 25 centimeters squared times 6. What is 25 centimeters squared times 6 according to your calculator? According to your calculator, 25 times 6 is 150. So we shall have our total surface area being 150 centimeters squared. And that is it. Next, we shall look at how to find an area of a rectangular prism or a cuboid. Alright? Stay tuned, subscribe for more examples. Let us now discuss how to find the surface area of a cuboid. Unlike in cubes where all the sides and faces are equal, only opposite faces are equal in a cuboid. It is also important to understand that, for example, in our cuboid, let me show you a cuboid. Consider this cuboid. If you study this cuboid, you will realize that all faces are rectangular in shape. Can you see that? So, for back and front of this cuboid, we can see that they are equal. The top and bottom are equal. The right and left are equal. So opposite sides of a cuboid are equal. Now, if we want to find the surface area of this cuboid, we will find the area of each rectangle and add them together, but it is not necessary. We discussed this in the previous example whereby we were dealing with a cube. The reason as to why we are not going to find the area of all the faces is because some of the faces are equal. Like I told you, back and front are equal, top and bottom are equal, right and left are equal. So there are some faces that are equal. So, and there are two of them. So our formula will be 2 into length times width plus length times height plus width times height. Width times height. Then we close the bracket. Now, why 2? Because we have opposite sides being equal, right? Now, let us replace this in our let us replace the values in our formula. We have length being 5, so we shall have our 2 into length is 5, then we shall say times width is 2, then we shall have to add length, which is 5, times height. Our height is 3, then plus width is 2, and times height, which is our height is 3. Now let us work this from here. We have our 2 into what is 5 times 2, 10, plus what is 5 times 3, 15, plus what is 2 times 3, 6. That is it. We have 2 into 10 plus 15 plus 6. We can add what is in the bracket first and then multiply it by 2. Now, what is 10 plus 15 plus 6? We had our 10 plus 15 plus 6 is 31. So we shall have 2 into 31. Now, what is 2 times 31? 2 times 31 is 62. Because our dimensions were in centimeters, so we shall write centimeters squared, and this is the surface area of our cuboid. So that is it. I hope you understood. If not, feel free to watch the video as many times as possible. You can pause where necessary, repeat, and you can replay the video. So basically, what I'm saying is that make sure you understand this, because it's a very important concept. Thank you, and see you in the next lesson.